You've been knocked down, haven't you? Felt that gut-wrenching pain of failure when everything you've worked for crumbles right in front of you. You gave it your all, and still, it wasn't enough. It hurts, doesn't it? But here's what no one tells you. To succeed, you must fail. You don't want to hear that. Nobody does. But that's the truth no one wants to face. Success isn't a straight path. It's brutal. You're going to fall over and over again, and each time it'll feel like the world is watching you fail. And what then? Do you give up? Walk away like everyone else would? Or do you stand back up? Because here's the thing. Most people quit when they fail. They see failure as the end. But you? You can't. You've come too far. The ones who make it, the ones who succeed, they know that failure is part of the deal. It's not a roadblock. It's a stepping stone. Every time you fail, you're not moving backward. You're moving forward, getting closer to the success that's waiting for you. Think about it. Every failure is shaping you. It's sharpening you, testing your resolve. The real question isn't whether you'll fail. It's how will you respond when you do? Will you break like they expect you to? Or will you rise, stronger, more determined? Because that's what separates the winners from the rest. They don't fear failure, they embrace it. They know that every failure is a lesson, a chance to grow. And with each one, they get better. It's a test of how badly you want it. You can't be great without being knocked down. You can't succeed without stumbling 100 times first. Picture this. You're at the edge of your breaking point. Everything is telling you to stop, to quit while you're ahead. But guess what? That's the moment. That's the moment that defines you. That's when most people give up. But not you. Not this time. You keep going. You push harder, because every step forward, even if it's after a fall, brings you closer to your victory. Failure isn't a dead end. It's a doorway. It's the doorway to everything you've ever wanted. But most people won't step through it because they're too afraid to fail again. But you'll keep failing, and you'll keep stepping forward. Because every time you fall, you rise with more strength, more knowledge, more grit than before. Success isn't about never falling. It's about refusing to stay down. It's about getting up one more time than you fall, about outlasting the quitters and the doubters. So fail big, fail boldly, and keep moving forward. Because those failures, they're not your enemy. They're the very thing that will make you unstoppable. Remember this. Every failure is proof that you're trying, proof that you're pushing beyond your limits. Success isn't handed to you. It's earned. It's fought for. And the only ones who truly earn it are the ones willing to fail and keep going. So go ahead. Embrace the failure. Let it test you. Let it shape you. Because when you finally succeed, and you will, it won't be in spite of the failures, but because of them. And that's what will make you unstoppable. How much longer are you going to sit there in your misery? You've been knocked down, I get it. But guess what? Life doesn't care. It doesn't care how hard it hit you. It doesn't care that you're lying there, wallowing in your self-pity. But here's the truth you need to face right now. No one is coming to save you. Not tomorrow, not next week, not ever. Sounds harsh? Good. You need to hear it. Because the longer you sit there, the longer you convince yourself that this pain defines you. Every second you waste feeling sorry for yourself, someone else is out there turning their pain into power. You want sympathy? You won't find it here. You want change? Then you better stand up and start fighting for it. Look around. Your excuses, your doubts, your fears, they're trapping you. What are you going to do? Keep blaming the world for where you are, or finally take control? You're letting this temporary failure, this setback, convince you that you're broken. But let me tell you something. You're only broken if you choose to be. The world doesn't destroy you. It reveals who you really are. Now you have two options. You can stay down, weak, like everyone else who let their circumstances define them. Or you can rise. But make no mistake, This won't be pretty. It's going to hurt. It's going to take every ounce of strength, every breath of willpower you didn't even know you had. When you're going through hell, keep going. Winston Churchill said that. But what no one tells you is that most people get stuck there, frozen in their misery, and they never get out. Is that you? Are you going to stay here, broken? Or are you going to get back up and crawl if you have to, out of the pit you've let yourself fall into? You think the pain you're feeling now is bad? Try living with the regret of knowing you never did anything about it. That pain, that's permanent. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. That's what you need to burn into your mind. The bigger your challenge, the greater your reward. But you'll never taste it if you don't get off your knees and fight for it. So what are you going to do? Keep crying over what went wrong, or start making things right. This is your life, your moment. It's time to stop feeling sorry for yourself and start feeling hungry for what's coming. Because let me tell you, everything you want, everything you're capable of, it's still waiting for you. But you've got to want it bad enough to drag yourself out of this hole and start clawing your way back. No more excuses, no more delays. Get up, fight back, and remember, you were never meant to break. You were meant to rise. Life's not waiting for you to succeed. It's not some party you're invited to, where everything just falls into place. It's a battlefield, a relentless fight against the excuses that keep you small. You want to know what makes winners, what separates them from those who just dream. It's discipline. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Discipline isn't pretty, it's not glamorous, and it's certainly not something you show off on social media. No, discipline is ugly. It's hard. It's showing up when no one's watching. It's staying focused when every part of you wants to quit. Think about all the times you said you'd change, you'd work harder, you'd chase that dream. But then you didn't. Why? Because comfort is the enemy. It makes you weak, it steals your future. But here's the thing, comfort is a slow death. Prefer pain and growth over comfort and stagnation. You want to know what's holding you back? It's not lack of talent. It's not luck. It's your own mind, your comfort zone. And it's time to break out of it. Unleash what's inside of you. Motivation won't save you. Let me repeat that. Motivation is fleeting. It's unreliable. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you have at your command. Discipline, though, that's what separates the winners from the rest. When you're tired, when you're sore, when you're just not feeling it, that's when it counts the most. That's when real growth happens. Stop letting your emotions dictate your actions. The successful warrior is the average man, with laser-like focus. Do you feel tired? Worn down? Good. That's where the magic happens. That's where discipline takes over. Winners don't act based on how they feel. They act based on what they need to do. The path to success is simple. Show up. Again and again. Not when it's convenient. Not when you feel like it. It's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. Success doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care that you're tired or uninspired. The people who succeed are the ones who do the work when no one's watching. The ones who push through when others give up. Stop waiting for some magical moment when everything feels perfect. It will never come. The right moment is now. The only easy day was yesterday. Imagine your life as a mountain. You either start climbing or stand at the bottom and make excuses. No one's coming to carry you. No one's going to push you. It's all on you. Your strength, your willpower, and your discipline. The winners in life, they've made discipline a lifestyle. They don't wait for the right mood or the right conditions. They just go after it, relentlessly. Discipline is freedom. It might sound backwards, but think about it. When you master discipline, you control your life. You're no longer controlled by distractions, by impulses, by other people's expectations. Self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. If you don't control what you think, you can't control what you do. The thing about discipline is that it's not something you turn on and off. It's something you build, day by day. It's the decisions you make every hour, getting up early, sticking to your word, doing the hard things when no one's looking. Every choice is a brick, and every brick builds your empire. There are no shortcuts here. Success demands sacrifice. The question is, are you willing to pay the price? The pain you feel today is the strength you feel tomorrow. For every challenge encountered, there is opportunity for growth. If you want the extraordinary, you will have to step out of the ordinary, the normal. The people who get ahead, they face their fears. They embrace the grind. They lean into discomfort and let it mold them into something stronger. Every day, every decision brings them closer to greatness. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. When the going gets tough and everything in you wants to quit, that's when you push harder, because that's when you grow. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being relentless. It's about attacking your goals with everything you've got, no matter how many times you fall. It's about rising up again and again until nothing can stand in your way. So, ask yourself, are you ready to stop making excuses and start making progress? Because if you are, there's no turning back. Some people dream of success, while others wake up and work hard at it. This is your wake-up call. Stop waiting, stop talking, start doing. The best way to predict the future is to create it. The only thing between you and your goals is action. No more excuses. It's time to rise up, face the challenge, and own your destiny. Now is the time. The clock's ticking. What will you do? No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you the life you want. You have to take it. And it all starts with one thing: discipline. Discipline must come from within. Nobody else can give it to you. Without it, dreams remain dreams. With it, you become unstoppable. You see, discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's not something you can buy, borrow, or fake. It's that fire inside you that keeps burning when everything around you tries to extinguish it. And let's be real. There are days you won't feel like doing a damn thing. You'll be tired, you'll doubt yourself, you'll want to quit. But that's exactly when discipline kicks in. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. If you keep waiting for motivation, you'll keep waiting forever. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the flame that never dies. It's that quiet promise you make to yourself when no one's looking. The promise that no matter how hard it gets, you won't give up. Because deep down, you know, what you do today will determine who you are tomorrow. This isn't just about success. It's about becoming the kind of person who refuses to settle. The kind of person who doesn't rely on external validation to keep going. Because the strongest drive, the most unshakable determination, it comes from within you. Discipline is self-respect. It's about demanding more from yourself, because you know you deserve more. So ask yourself, are you willing to sacrifice comfort for greatness? Because discipline isn't a punishment. It's the key to everything you want in life. And once you master that, nothing can stop you. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones you look up to, the ones who've achieved what you're striving for. What do they all have in common? It's not that they're smarter or luckier, it's that they refuse to give up. They've mastered the art of discipline. They've trained themselves to show up, even on the days they don't feel like it. Because they understand that success isn't built on good intentions. It's built on hard work and relentless discipline. But here's the thing. Discipline isn't a punishment. It's a form of freedom. It frees you from the chaos of your emotions, from the ups and downs of motivation. When you have discipline, you don't need to rely on external factors to get things done. You do it because you've made a commitment to yourself. You do it because you know that's what it takes to succeed. What you do today will determine who you are tomorrow. And that's not just a quote, it's the truth. The choices you make now, in this moment, are shaping your future. Every time you choose discipline, you're building the foundation for the person you're going to become. You're setting yourself up for success. But if you keep waiting for the right time, if you keep hoping for motivation to show up, you'll never move forward. You'll stay stuck where you are, wondering why things aren't changing. But the truth is, you already have everything you need to succeed. It's inside you. The discipline you need is already there, waiting for you to tap into it. You just have to decide that you're done making excuses. You're done letting fear hold you back. You're done waiting for someone else to push you forward. This is your life, your responsibility. And the second you take control, the second you decide that discipline comes from within, you become unstoppable. Because discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up every day, no matter what. It's about putting in the work, even when you don't feel like it. It's about being relentless in your pursuit of your goals. So ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to sacrifice comfort for greatness? Are you willing to stay committed, even when it's hard? Because if you are, discipline will take you further than motivation ever could. It's the difference between wishing for success and working for it. And once you master that, there's nothing in this world that can stop you. You've been doubted your whole life, haven't you? So outwork everyone. It's not just a mantra, it's a mindset. Success doesn't care about excuses, and neither should you. When everyone else is resting, you need to be pushing harder. When they stop at good enough, you keep going. Because while they're comfortable, you're getting stronger, faster, and more prepared. The difference between you and them? You're not afraid to grind, to sacrifice, to embrace the discomfort that comes with chasing something bigger. The path is tough, but it's supposed to be. It weeds out those who quit when it gets hard. And you're built different. When you feel like stopping, that's when you dig deeper. That's where champions are made. It's easy to quit, but quitting isn't in your blood. When the pressure mounts, when it feels like everything is against you, that's when you rise. Others will give up. They'll look for shortcuts. But not you. You don't stop until the job is done. You don't stop until you've surpassed them all. It's not about talent, it's about effort. Effort beats talent every time when talent doesn't work. So when they're sleeping, you're grinding. When they're satisfied, you're pushing for more. Outwork everyone, and success becomes inevitable. Don't stop. Don't quit. You're just getting started. Most people quit before they even start. They walk away the second it gets hard because it's easy. Do you want easy, or do you want victory? You can't have both. Easy makes you soft, easy makes you weak, and easy will never make you great. You look around, and most people are living beneath their potential. They're coasting, choosing comfort over greatness. But not you. You're not here to settle, you're here to dominate. This is your wake-up call. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody's coming to save you. Success, it's 100% on you, and that's your power. You have the choice. Keep living at half speed, or start giving 120% every single day. Here's what separates the winners from everyone else. Effort. Talent is overrated. It's not about how good you are when things are easy. It's about how relentless you are when everything falls apart. Effort is the only thing nobody can take away from you, and the only thing that can carry you when talent runs out. Most people let their feelings decide their fate. They give up when they're uncomfortable, tired, or scared, but that's why they stay average. Champions push through discomfort. They grind because they've built the discipline to keep going, even when they don't feel like it. Discomfort is your ticket to the next level. So, where are you right now? Look at your life. Is it where it needs to be? Probably not. And you know why? Because you're not all in. You're treating your dream like an option, not a priority. You can't just be interested in your goals. You have to be obsessed. You need to be fully locked in, every day. You want more? Then be more. Stop talking about what you want and start showing up. Effort is the difference between thinking about it and making it happen. Cut out the distractions. Quit living your life watching someone else's success while ignoring your own potential. You want to know the difference between winning and losing? It's what you do in your off hours. Winners don't look for easy. They don't skip the grind. They know that discipline is doing what you hate like you love it. They sacrifice now to win later. While you're complaining, someone else is putting in work. While you're scrolling, someone else is building. You want to be average, or do you want to be great? Effort is everything. It's not for sale. You can't buy it. Nobody can hand it to you. You want it, you earn it. And it's in those moments when nobody's watching that you define yourself. That's where champions are made. In the dark. Outlast the pain, outlast the fatigue. When you want to quit, push harder. Effort is what takes you from dreaming to achieving. So ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to outwork everyone? To sacrifice comfort, distractions, and every excuse? Because that's what it takes. Success doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about your actions. Don't wait. Don't delay. This is your moment. You're either moving forward or getting left behind. Now go make it happen. Listen closely. When no one believes in you, it feels like you're walking alone. Every word you speak feels like it falls into an empty room. Every effort ignored, every dream laughed at. The world will tell you you're not enough. It will whisper in your ear that you're chasing something impossible. And some days, you might even believe it. But here's the harsh truth. No one owes you belief. Not your friends, not your family, not even the people you think should be in your corner. And it hurts. It stings like nothing else. To be told you're reaching too high, to be told to just settle. But I need you to understand this. Their disbelief is not a reflection of your potential. It's a reflection of their limits, not yours. The ones who laugh at your dreams are the ones too afraid to chase their own. When you're standing in that fire, when you feel isolated because no one sees your vision, that's where your strength is being forged. Steel doesn't get strong in comfort, and neither will you. The world doesn't want to see you succeed, because your success forces others to confront their own failures, their own doubts. But here's the trick. You don't need them to believe. You need you. That's all it takes, because belief starts with one person, yourself. When you hold on to that fire inside of you, when you nurture it even in the darkest nights, it grows stronger than any rejection, any criticism, or any failure. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. You see, most people stop because someone told them no. They stop because the world told them they weren't enough. But you're still here, still pushing. And that's the difference between those who try and those who make it. Those who make it, they've been through hell and came out the other side because they refused to stay down. They've been broken, doubted, and rejected. But they knew something others didn't. They were the exception. Here's another truth. You will fail. You will fall flat on your face, and it will hurt. You will be laughed at. You will lose people along the way. But every time you rise back up, you send a message to the universe. I am still standing. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. No one believes in you right now, and that's okay. You will be your own greatest supporter, your own loudest cheerleader. You don't need their applause. You don't need their validation, because the truth is, most won't understand your vision until it's already reality. The crowd only gathers when the lights are bright, but you're doing the work in the shadows. So today, start believing in yourself more than anyone else ever could. Build your dream brick by brick, inch by inch, knowing that the only person who needs to understand is you. When you do that, the world will be forced to recognize you, and when they do, it won't be because they finally believed in you. It will be because you believed in yourself first. They doubted you, so go ahead and make them regret it. But remember this, your success will not silence your critics. No, it will only give them more to talk about. Let them talk, let them doubt, let them misunderstand. Because by the time they realize what you've built, it'll already be too late. Now go out there and make the noise they can't ignore. If you're ready to change your life, you're going to want to hear this. You want more from life, don't you? You feel it deep down, like you're meant for something bigger, but you'll never get it until you start believing it's yours. That's the law of attraction. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about knowing, without a doubt, that what you desire is already on its way to you. I'm talking to you, not someone else, not the person next to you. You. You've felt stuck, like no matter how hard you try, things just don't work out. But do you know why? Because you've been focusing on what you don't have. You've been living in fear of failure, of rejection, of not being enough. But hear me out. What you think, you become. You've heard that before, haven't you? It's more than just words. It's the truth. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So let me ask you, what are you telling yourself? Are you letting doubt control your destiny? Because the universe is listening. It's always listening. And it's giving you exactly what you believe you deserve. That's how the law of attraction works. If you're constantly telling yourself you're not good enough, that's exactly what you'll attract. But when you start believing, really believing, that you're destined for greatness, that you're capable of achieving anything, everything changes. The world shifts in your favor. Doors start to open that you didn't even know existed. Success isn't for the lucky, it's for the determined. It's for the ones who believe, deep down, that they're worthy. And you are worthy. You just have to convince yourself of that first. Because until you do, nothing will change. You'll keep attracting the same results, the same struggles. But the moment you shift your mindset, the moment you decide that your dreams are not only possible, but inevitable, everything starts falling into place. You get in life what you have the courage to ask for. So ask yourself, what are you asking from the universe? Are you asking for struggle, for failure, for disappointment? Or are you asking for success, for abundance, for growth? Because whatever you ask for, it's coming. The question is, are you asking for what you truly want? You deserve more. You deserve the life you've always dreamed of. But it's not going to happen until you believe it's already yours. You have to feel it. You have to see it. Own it. Walk through every day like success is your only option, and watch how the world bends to your will. Here's the truth. You attract what you are, not what you want. So become the person who's already living that dream. Start acting like the person who already has everything they've ever wanted. Success isn't about luck. It's about mindset. So, what's it going to be? Are you going to keep doubting yourself? Keep letting fear and negativity run your life? Or are you going to take control? Because the law of attraction is always working. It's working right now. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your belief. The moment you believe, the universe conspires to make it happen. So believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams. Because once you do, the universe will move mountains to make it happen. They've mistaken you for weak. You've been there, kind-hearted, patient, willing to give people the benefit of the doubt. You held back when others lashed out. You listened when others interrupted. And each time you showed grace, they saw vulnerability. They saw an opening to take advantage. But here's the thing, kindness isn't weakness, it's power. It's the strongest weapon you've got, and they don't even see it coming. Kindness is a language the blind cannot see, and the deaf cannot hear. They mistook your calm for submission. They believed that your patience meant you had no boundaries. They pushed, took, and pushed some more, thinking there was no limit to your tolerance. But there is always a limit, and they're about to find out the hard way. What they don't realize is that every time they exploited your kindness, they were actually revealing their own weakness. Every time they took from you without giving back, they were proving that they're the ones afraid of real strength, afraid of someone who doesn't react in anger, but with control. You see, it's easy to lash out, it's easy to be cruel, but it takes real strength to stay calm in the face of disrespect. They laugh at your kindness because they don't understand it's just silent power. For too long, people like you, people who lead with empathy, have been seen as soft. You're the one who smooths over conflict, who tries to understand the other person's side, and in their eyes, that makes you easy to manipulate. But there's a difference between being kind and being a pushover. You were never weak. You've just been choosing your battles. You've been playing the long game, letting them reveal who they are, while you've been quietly growing stronger. Every time they dismissed you, they didn't realize you were learning, adapting, preparing for when you'd finally stand up and take back your power. Don't confuse my silence for weakness. It's just my strength under control. The strongest people are the ones who can be kind in the face of cruelty. Think about that for a second. It's easy to be angry. It's easy to meet disrespect with disrespect. But to stay calm, to stay grounded when others try to knock you down, that takes a different kind of strength. It takes discipline. They never saw the struggle behind your smile. They didn't know the weight you carried, the battles you fought internally. They only saw the surface. And because they couldn't see beyond it, they thought they could take advantage. They're the ones who don't get it. They confuse aggression with power, anger with strength. But true power is silent. True strength doesn't have to shout to be heard. And when it finally comes through, it hits harder than they ever imagined. Never mistake silence for surrender. The loudest voice in the room is usually the weakest. The people who took advantage of you, they're not prepared for what's coming, because when your patience runs out, it's not rage that follows, it's clarity, it's action, and you'll act with precision, with control, in a way they can't predict, because they've spent too much time underestimating you. They thought they could get away with it. They thought they could keep taking and taking without consequence. But here's the truth. Every act of kindness you gave was a choice. It wasn't a weakness, it was a strategy. You knew what you were doing all along. You let them show their hand, and now, you hold all the cards. Kindness is not the absence of strength, it's the decision to use your strength wisely. You've always known you could have reacted, you could have snapped back, fought fire with fire. But you chose to be different. You chose to keep your cool, knowing that when the time came, your strength would speak for itself. And now, that time has come. The people who mistook you for weak, they're about to face the truth. The quietest ones are the ones who make the biggest moves. The ones who don't flaunt their strength are the ones who know how to use it when it matters most. They've built themselves up on a false sense of power, thinking your kindness gave them permission to walk all over you. But their time is running out, because here's the thing, kindness isn't submission. It's choosing to be in control of your emotions. It's knowing you could react, but deciding not to. Kindness is a choice, and now you're making a new choice. You're done letting people take advantage. Those who mistake kindness for weakness will soon find out they've been building their own downfall. You see, it was never about you being weak. It was about you knowing your worth all along. And now, you're standing firm in it. You're drawing your line. And when you finally take a stand, the people who took you for granted won't know what hit them. They'll be blindsided, because they thought you'd always be there to clean up their mess, to fix their problems, to swallow your pride for their benefit. But not anymore. They've had their chance, and now, you're done playing nice. They'll realize that kindness wasn't weakness, it was your greatest weapon, and the moment they took it for granted, they sealed their own fate. The ones who show kindness are the ones who will win in the end. Not because they're soft, but because they're unbreakable.